This is the Week 6 matchup of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at New Orleans Saints. Brought to you by Fantasy Football Time. Follow us at Fantasy FB Time on all social media platforms. Welcome to Week 6, Bucs and Saints fans. Tampa Bay Buccaneers losing in a great game against Atlanta. Baker Mayfield has an awesome day, 26 fantasy points, 3 touchdowns, over 200 yards in total. Godwin gets 9, not awesome for Godwin. Evans, though, 2 touchdowns on 5 catches. Rachaad White getting 8 fantasy points for 72 yards. Saints losing at Kansas City was not a pretty looking game, but they did show up in some ways. Derek Carr is going to be out, but he did manage to play 15 fantasy points last week. Kamara, double digits, but no touchdown to really give him that boost. No Olave. Rashid Shaheed did a pretty good job of getting that one of the 2 touchdowns for 4 catches, 86 yards. Tampa Bay Buccaneers show up with Baker Mayfield, Godwin, Evans, all double digits. Rachaad White, 9 points. The Saints defense has given up the 8th fewest fantasy points per game to quarterbacks this year. So it could be a tough day for Baker, which means good things possibly for Rachaad White. Rachaad White is going against a defense that allowed the 12th fewest fantasy points per game to running backs. So that's a little better news, but Saints have a good defense. Not an amazing over-under either. Buccaneers are the favorites on the road, though. The Saints have allowed 26 to KC and average about more than 20 points per game, so they will get a couple touchdowns. 3 sacks a game, over 1 interception per game, but they don't get too many fumbles. Saints, no Derek Carr. Come on down, Spencer Rattler. I'd love to see the fantasy person who plays him this week. Alvin Kamara, 15 fantasy points. Probably going to have to carry the load for everybody. Olave's value went down. Rashid's value went down. He didn't practice. 9 fantasy points if he does come in. Otherwise, it's going to be next man up. So really, Kamara is your best fantasy play in this situation. Buccaneers allowed 36 to Atlanta, so keep that in mind. They do normally allow teams or keep teams to about 20 points. Speaking of Kamara, the Buccaneers defense ranks right in the middle of the road for fantasy points. 2 running backs. Buccaneers allows the 10th most fantasy points a game for wide receivers. So it could actually be a decent fantasy day if the receivers can connect. But again, no Derek Carr makes it challenging. Thanks so much for watching. Follow and subscribe at Fantasy FB Time. Welcome to Week 6. God bless.